All right, so breaking news. Had a little chat with Mike today. Got a little, I would say a little bit irritated. A little bit mad because I just told him some news that I just found out. We got some breaking news about the potential 2025 Maverick R. So I'm excited about it. Mike?
I wasn't too excited after what you told me. I mean, it's almost like these companies are playing games with us.
Ron! Ron, where are you?
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
Got a little inside info today. We won't say from who. Some dealership up in Alaska. That's who the info came from, right?
Yeah.
But we found out that the dealerships can order the 2025 models of an X3, of a this
AARS.
or a that,
Yeah.
anything in the Can-Am lineup, they can order the 2025 model today, right?
Yeah.
So that they have their product coming of 2025s. But there was one column that they couldn't order, and that is the Maverick R column. That column did not have, like, you can't just buy, okay, the 2025 model of this as a dealer and get it ordered and get it coming.
Right.
You can order any of the other models. So that alludes to a lot of assuming from us.
Yes.
And really that's all we can go off of is just a lot of assuming. So we can make a little bit of an A out of ourselves right here by saying some stuff that may be correct or incorrect.
Right.
But
right.
I've talked to a few other people and they know this guy or this guy, right? And so we have a few ideas and we're gonna kind of go through those. In the comments, you tell us what you think is actually gonna happen. But at the end of the day, the dealers right now can order all of the models in the 2025 for their lineup for this coming year in the Can-Ams, but they can't order the Maverick R. So that's gotta tell you something. There's a few things I'm gonna guess. Now, either they're having issues with it and they're wanting to fix them before they release it. There's that.
Yep.
There's, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
Or there's, it's not even at all the same car anymore.
So where I'm concerned is that these dealerships can't order the new car, right? So that makes you think, yeah, are they going to drastically change the car and they're making new improvements on it that are so drastic? But then the flip side of that is it going to piss off all the people that bought the 24 model? You know, that just bought it.
I know Mike's going to be ticked.
I'm going to be ticked off. For sure, because I always like having the latest and greatest, but 1 year apart, you know, usually they wait a couple years until they make a drastic improvement. You know, in between the years, they make little improvements like, you know, Razer did.
Well, and the X3, like specifically, we're talking about BRP, right? Can-Am.
Yeah.
The X3, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it seemed almost like clockwork every year, you know, from what was it, 2019? It was like another 5 or 10 horsepower, right? You kind of doubt that. Now, there's a chance that, and to be honest, if I'm betting on anything, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Now, can we all pray and hope and cross our fingers it's that big motor that we thought we were going to get initially with this Maverick R? I think it was, what, roughly 1,500 cc?
Yeah.
Now, I'm praying for that. Mike's not.
Yeah.
But I'm praying for that motor just because that would be sweet. Because with this DCT and 1,500 cc versus the 1,000 cc, I mean, that's going to be a beast of a car.
Or could it have something to do with the 4-seater model that they're supposedly coming out with the new R? We just don't know. Like like Dallin said, we're speculating all this. So,
but we've heard some rumors of maybe the big motor coming.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense after 1 year of this for them to do that. But maybe this just wasn't all Can-Am wanted it to be, and now that they were just using this smaller motor as a test for that DCT to make sure the DCT could hold up.
Yeah.
But I mean, that thing is, I mean, anybody I've talked to that like knows much about transmissions and engineering, I don't. They say that thing is an engineering phenomenon. Like, that thing should be worth a ton more than what they have it on the market for. As far as just the DCT alone, like, amazing technology there.
For sure.
But it could just be some minor things.
Yeah.
It could just be, you know, now there's a 4-seat. There's the Max version of the Maverick R. And there's some color changes. And they maybe don't really want to put out that they don't have anything. Because at the end of the day, I caught wind of this, right? I'm not the only guy that could catch wind of this. So they may just be trying to hold that close to the chest. Who knows? Maybe we just get another, like Polaris just released, cool new graphics and another color, and maybe the 4-seat version of the Maverick R.
Could
now,
be.
I'm assuming if it's up to me and what I think they're going to do, I'm praying that they do the big motor, but I don't think they will. I think what they are going to do is kind of like they did with the X3. And I'm hoping, and specifically why we're having this talk with Mike and his car, is he has done the EVP thing, and I kind of have a feeling it's going to be almost like competitive with the EVP car, meaning the transmission now shifts at a little bit higher point.
Yeah.
Maybe now, kind of like we saw with Bikeman, right? They got that tune on their Maverick R, right? It gives it more or less 2 more pounds of boost. So more or less, like pretty much what EVP has done to this car might be the results of what you get just stock, where it's the transmission shifts a little higher. It's got a couple more pounds of boost, so you get a little less of that chug when you're jumping off of the dunes and trying to go fast and race. It's one thing I noticed really bad when I didn't notice it as bad until I did the Red Bull race, and then I had cars next to me really trying to like pass or me pass them, and I noticed every time I kind of dropped off of a dune and went to go, they actually had a little bit more torque right out of the gate. And if that transmission tune would have been a little bit higher RPM, I think I would have pulled on them versus they pulled on me for a brief second.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it could be suspension changes as well. You don't know.
You know,
I mean, like,
I'm sure they're going to keep the praying mantis. It's amazing.
It
doesn't look good, but it is an amazing performance.
But I mean, after buying the first edition, well, I guess, what would you call this? Gen 1. Gen 1. Shortly after Gen 2, they changed the A-arms on it. Yeah. Because the A-arms were snapping back here, so yeah,
right here, Gen 2 of the 24 model is a little bit stronger.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, it could just be a little bit better built 25 model.
Yeah.
What are you guys guessing that we're going to get? Are we going to get just this fine-tuned a little bit, you think, Mike? I mean, if you had to put money on it, what do you think we're getting?
Look, I'm basing it off the other manufacturers, right? And how when they did their release, we thought something big was going to really happen, and then we were like, maybe Can-Am BRP is going to do the same thing. You know, it might just be plastics. It might be something very minor.
Yeah, and they could just be holding it close to the chest because they don't want everybody to know that the new model isn't going to be anything better.
Right. The best thing about this car overall is how wide it is and stable it is in the dunes. You do not feel that like you're going to roll it at all. I mean, you're completely stable. I
mean, the thing can wheelie with just a stupid tune to it. Like a little tune to it, you can already wheelie it. Now, you can't.
They're wheeling that with what, the E85 tune?
I wheelied it with the Bikeman tune myself. Really? Like, I mean, you got to find a little hump and come into it right and hit it right, correct?
Yeah.
But still, like, just with that little basic Bikeman tune,
right?
I wheelied this thing really well. We moved up and he went past us. Polaris had a reason. They have an amazing car. Maverick R, Can-Am, they have an amazing car. They really don't need to step it up. And I think that's part of it. Like, they have impressive cars. They don't have to step it up if they don't want to this year. Yeah. And with a down economy, I kind of think that's kind of where their heads are at. But we can pray and hope that the down economy doesn't affect maybe that big motor coming.
For sure. Let's just see. It's coming out when?
19th.
The 19th, so we'll all find out then.
Stay tuned. If you'd like to save yourself a couple bucks and make your car a lot faster, go to Pro EFI on their website. 15% off if you type in Desert SXS. So go there. Also, if you'd like a discount on Packard wheels or MTS Offroad suspension parts, we have them on our own website. Save yourself a couple bucks. If you'd like to check out our website, go in the description below, click on more, and then to our Shopify website, and then that's where you can get MTS suspension, merch. Also, if you'd like to donate on our Patreon, you're welcome to do that. We really appreciate it. If you'd like to keep these videos coming, give us some love and give us some support. Thanks for subscribing. If you'd like to support the people that support us, RPM has been very supportive of us, and we really appreciate that. Support RPM. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for watching.